if the friendship spirit is dominant, what friendship spirit controls is wealth. So wealth should be really small. So they try to dominate in terms of the money making. Like they have more desire to achieve those wealth. Because if the friendship spirit is too much, wealth could be Yongshin. It's the most preferable energy they want to get. But in the romantic relationship, if this is a male, the wealth could be really weak. So they usually dominate wife. And also, if the friendship spirit is too much, if too much friendship, also the official spirit is husband, they also dominate husband in female. So anyway, if the friendship spirit is dominant, they usually become a leader in the relationship because they are naturally dominate other people. And because they are already strong with the friendship spirit, they tend to receive less mother spirit. They tend to receive less, which means for them, study more is kind of useless thing because they are already full. And then studying more is just make themselves more in a full situation. So usually friendship spirit dominant people try to just focus on wealth or official, which means money or making their honor or using their output as a child spirit. But in an opposite way, if the friendship spirit is too less, they are kind of dominated by their partner and they tend to receive more mother spirit. I'll say study less here, study more. So that's why if the friendship spirit is very weak, they tend to focus on learning and then get the resource more. So their money gaining, they are kind of focusing on money is the secondary thing. Receiving more mother spirit is the first thing. So they are kind of relatively more late to go out to earn money. Versus too much friendship spirit element, they just go to the wealth realm. They just start earning money, usually. More guts, how about more competitor to, yeah. Explanation, I see this can change according to ear energy cheer come into your own chart that will affect the person. Yes, when you need it, if you are low. Oh yeah, usually if your chart has lack of certain element, those energy can be Yongshin, one of the Yongshin. How this is a good example for F and IR. You mean the friendship and indirect resource? The young wood dog, month young water rat, year young water. For this young tiger year, that's too personal, I think. Young wood dog, young water rat, year young water monkey. Oh, it looks like really strong chart, right? Not really, really strong, but you have dog. So what I want to say is, if you find yourself in certain time, if you find yourself with this kind of mind, or like this kind of mind, like try to become like that. Try to become like that in a balanced way. Or it's better way to do if you have too much friendship and then you show this kind of quality. Try to do like that. If you are too undervalue others and overvalue yourself, like try to undervalue yourself and try to overvalue others. Like if you find yourself as a really arrogant person, you might not think like that. Maybe, yeah. This is usually those people don't think they are arrogant. Usually they think they are not reckless. Nobody thinks they are egocentric or egotistic, but it is a relative personality. If you feel like you have a jealousy mind, competitive mind, yeah, try to look at others, other quality, and then try to become like that. And if you have too less friendship spirit, try to become arrogant. That's also a possible way to really overcome those too less friendship spirit. Also this one as well. But it is always easy to fix things if there is too much 10 spirit. Like too less 10 spirit is kind of lack of those quality. So create more quality which you don't have is kind of harder. It's harder than if you have already a lot and then just make it less. Make it less is always easier than you create something. Yeah, friendship spirit as the forest. Very relatable. Yeah. But my focus is the Shangguan. Yeah. Output to release the excessive. Yeah, that's one way. Thank you so much. Yeah. Basically, if you have too much friendship spirit or mother spirit together, focusing on those child spirit, then it will create the wealth spirit naturally. But if you only follow the wealth direction in controlling cycle, that will hurt other people because it's controlling is always, there's some hurting involved. If you use the generating cycle, that could be more smoother way, but it takes a little longer time because there are 2 steps to generate this wealth. If you just forget about this child spirit and go directly to wealth, there is faster way, but it could be hurtful for someone. Thank you, T. Any final question? It's already 1.5 hours. And what do you think about this kind of way to explain the 10 spirit? Is that helpful? Can I continue with other 10 spirits next week? Or I feel like it gives me more like better understanding how people act if they have too much something or too less something. Like too much wealth, also same thing. Too much wealth and too less wealth, totally different character. And usually too much friendship spirit people have too lack of wealth. So those characters can be shared. Or too much wealth people have usually too lack of friendship. So you can think about that. Thank you. Does your chart affect your physical appearance? Yeah, mostly. If you have a lot of strength with friendship spirit or mother spirit, usually your physical has a lot of chi, a lot of energy, usually. And if you have a lot of official spirit, which means the element that controls yourself, usually you have lack of vitality. If a person's can you do my example? I'm sorry, but no personal chart reading here. If a person's favorable element is fire and another person's favorable element is water, can they become friends? Usually they can become a good business partner. They can be a good business partner because those two people has different direction ideas. But usually friends can become with the similar yongshun, similar favorable element. Favorable element is the things I like, the way I pursue in my life. So friends can be formed with the similar interest, similar curiosity. Usually the people who have different favorable energy, I cannot say impossible, but they naturally not become friends in my life as well. But in compatible situation, it's a little different. And in business partner, it could be also different. And it's all about mindset. If you can accept people's idea that is really different from you, like if your favorable element is fire and other people's favorable element is water, that means that what people say to you could be quite different idea from your idea. So if you are ready to accept those different ideas, that you can be a good friend. But the thing is, if you say you are wrong, that could make an argument very easily with the different favorable element. This approach is amazing, Jaden. Thank you. Let's continue examining the other 4 spirits in the next week. Yeah, thank you so much. Good evening. Unfortunately, I have to wrap up for today's live session. I will continue with other 4 elements. It takes longer than I thought because I type it one by one. So I will continue next week. And thank you so much, everyone. And Quartz, you noticed that my close friend and I share similar yongshun. Yeah, that is usual. Now just apply to your example of friend, not my chart. Just want to review of how to see flow of energy. Read. No hard feeling. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye. Christian, they are called 10 spirits because these 5 elemental relationships are taken into account due to the 2 polarities, plus and minus. Yes. Each 10 spirit has yin and yang aspect. Friendship has yin and yang. Child spirit has yin and yang. Wealth also has yin and yang. Official has yin and yang. Yeah, like that. How these 3 categories, balanced, too much, too less, are affected, taken in the 2 polarity fashion. It doesn't really matter. If it's, even though friendship spirit is more yang aspect or more yin aspect, there are two kinds of friendship spirit. One is friend, and the other one is wealth. That is yin and yang. But sometimes it is more accurate that if you put the balanced way friendship as a friends, and then if you have too much, that is worked as a rob wealth more. I would say too much is more like a rob wealth. Balanced idea is more about friends. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you everyone. See you next week. Bye-bye. Oh, thank you, B. First time to see the membership badge. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Bye-bye.